The minister in charge, Right Reverend Daniel Induk, the Kirk section, and entire members of Rumuomasi Parish of the Presbyterian Church of Nigeria cordially invites you to the retirement service in honor of 7 ruling elders who have served the parish and indeed the Presbyterian Church of Nigeria meritoriously and have attained the retirement age of 70 years. The worthy soldiers of the cross are Elder Solomon Tete Kwajo, a seasoned administrator, teacher, counselor, mentor, and an educational consultant, was ordained to the office of the ruling elder in the PCN Rumuomasi Parish on June 6, 2004. He served as an elder in charge of District 5 and 11 on different occasions, coordinator of the different ministries, and as a clerk of the parish session. He has bagged several awards across the parish, presbytery, synod, and a special award by the General Assembly of the Church in 2011 on exemplary Christian service. Bro Kwajo, as he was and is still affectionately called, was passionate about the work of God that saw the church breaking new grounds at Diob and Edoha, as well as strengthening the Eleme and Bodo City preaching posts, where he and other Paipan members were posted to supply the pulpits. He played a leading role in the movement of the PCN to Rumuomasi, Okoronodu, Elelenwo, Woji, Eliohani, and satellite parishes. Elder Mrs Cfort Itam was ordained a ruling elder of the Presbyterian Church of Nigeria in an ordination service that took place on the 6th of June 2004 at the Presbyterian Church of Nigeria, Rumuomasi. Elder Mrs Cfort Itam has been an active member of the Women's Guild, a mother of the CGIT, a chorister, a prayer band member, and a follow-up member. She served as the mother of Lydia House, an elder in charge of District 3. She has served as an elder commissioner of the church for 2 tenures of 3 years apiece, a position that enabled her to attend conferences and meetings at the higher courts of the church, including the General Assembly. She has at various times been a supervisory elder for the harvest, induction, and send-off committees. She has equally been the elder in charge of the choir and CGIT. Elder Mrs P Uchi, an accomplished psychologist and linguist, Princess Pearl Nkele was ordained into the office of a ruling elder of the Presbyterian Church of Nigeria at PCN Rumuomasi Parish in June 2006. She has served the church in various capacities, including but not limited to Women's Guild President, Warri Parish Guild, Women's Guild President, newly inaugurated Edo Delta Presbytery, Women's Guild President, Synod of the West, Women's Guild President, South Central Synod, Clerk of the Session, Rumuomasi Parish, Mother of Lydia House, Women's Guild, Elder in charge of District 7. Princess Pearl Nkele delights in the success of her women, so she encouraged self-improvement, motivation, humility, and kindness. Princess Pearl brought so much to the Women's Guild wherever she led. She is a no-nonsense child of God with high principles. Elder Mrs Edama Kwajo. She was ordained as the ruling elder of the PCN Rumuomasi Parish on May 22, 2011. She was the elder in charge of District 10 and at a time the supervisory elder of District 9 as well. She was also the elder in charge of the ushering ministry. She served as an elder commissioner for 2 years of 6 years, which enabled her attend conferences and meetings of the 3 higher courts of the PCN. She was the pioneer mother of the Mary Slessor's House of the Women's Guild Rumuomasi and an active member of praise, prayer, and prison ministries, as well as a Bible study teacher. Elder Mrs. Rebecca Induk was elected and ordained an elder on 26 November 1978 in the Presbyterian Church of Cameroon, Tiko Town Parish. She was the only female elder in her congregation and youngest elder in the parish for many years. After she and her family returned to Nigeria, she was among the founding members of the Bori congregation and was admitted into the session of Rumuomasi Parish on 22nd November 2011. Elder Mrs. Induk has always been a committed member of the Presbyterian Church, both in Cameroon and Nigeria. She served as church treasurer of Tiko Town Congregation 2 for many years and a member of several harvest committees. She was the pioneer president of the Women's Guild Bori Congregation, as well as the treasurer of the congregation for many years. She is also the elder in charge of Love District in Bori Congregation. Elder Mrs Cfort Anigo, she was ordained a Presbyterian elder in Adelphi Presbyterian Church, PCUSA, Adelphi, Maryland, USA, in 1997. She served as an elder in Adelphi Presbyterian Church for about 10 years and transferred to St. Peter's Presbyterian Church, Abakpa Nike Parish, Enugu in 2007. When her family moved back to Nigeria in 2014, she transferred to the Presbyterian Church of Nigeria, Rumuomasi, Port Harcourt. From 2018 to 2022, she served as a guest elder at the Presbyterian Church, Chapel of Grace, Houston, Texas, USA, and has maintained her membership in PCN Rumuomasi. She has served the church in Nigeria and abroad in various capacities, including but not limited to member of choir, youth and adult, Buguma, Ovim, Adelphi and Enugu, Sunday school teacher, youth and children, Adelphi and Houston, liturgist and lay reader at Adelphi and Houston, chair, worship committee at Adelphi, elder commissioner at Nike Parish, Enugu, active member of Women's Guild at Enugu, Rumuomasi and Houston, elder in charge of District 2 of Rumuomasi Parish, CGIT mother at Enugu. Christ Ambassador, Elder Engineer Chief Kalu Okpai Ngwobia, was ordained a ruling elder of the Presbyterian Church of Nigeria on November 15, 2015, and thereafter admitted into the Kirk section of St. Mark's Parish, Oyigbo, River State in 2023. He transferred to PCN Rumuomasi Parish. Elder Ngwobia see himself as mission boy, having studied under a Presbyterian mission scholarship. All through his life, he has developed and displayed a strong vision and passion to work for God wherever he worships, especially through the Presbyterian mission via a strong zeal, desire, commitment, and contributions of his available resources for the Church of Christ and humanity. This zeal was propelled by his desire to give back to the Presbyterian mission what they spent to develop him. Sacrifice and service to Christ died for his sins. The fact that the fields are all ripe and the reapers are few, having the privilege to work in God's vineyard, living with eternity in view. Signed, Right Reverend Daniel Ndukwe, Minister in Charge, Elder Joseph Osonwa, Clerk of the Session, Elder Engineer Awa Osonwa, Chairman, Planning Committee, Mrs. Eberechi Uka, Secretary, Planning Committee.